this. That's done. It's done.
Wait.
But they're supposed to be, because yesterday we made it connect on this one. But there's nothing.
Check default.
Okay, so we will start with the nominations from Mr. Lucas Epelin from IPSF Brazil. 30 seconds per person. The GA, tell me if they can read this. Green if yes, red if no. Technical from APHASB, yes.
I was just checking the live stream and it's currently not down. Do you want to wait to start this and let people listen to the live stream?
While it's up to the GA to decide that, we are working on it. I'm not sure if it will be ready. So, can I have green emoji cards if you want to wait for the live stream to be perfect, or red if you want to just do it now? So I see more red cards than green cards, so we will proceed with the elections. Can you read it? Green cards
It is.
and
What are you talking about? Who was talking about what? The same petition was why
more or less.
there was a girl who's like, why don't we wait for the live streaming to be working so that we start elections? But the live streaming is on. It is on. It is on. But there's a complaint about the audio. Right? But I sorted it out because something like what had happened was like the error was back there. So I had it sorted out, and now I'm just waiting for Amy's response to tell me if it's sorted, like if it's working now, because I was talking to her.
Okay, so we're under the nomination form from Mr. Lucas Aquilino. And I will welcome Lucas to the stage so he can provide his 3-minute speech. Hello. Dear ladies and gentlemen from all over the world, my name is Lucas Aquilino, and there is no representation without proper communication. As part of IPSF since 2012, with 4 different positions and 2 different executive committee positions, I have learned that improving communication is a key goal for every portfolio, and my plans for the position and for the IPSF team are developed on this common goal. A year plan will be defined aiming maximum transparency and time for discussion with the relevant peers. This will be strictly followed for the main points based on the review of the committees and regions. Some points that I highlight are the preparations for the World Health Assembly, systematic development of guidelines, and EPSA IPSF Memorandum of Understanding, which I will work closely with the chairperson of the European Regional Office and will attend EPSA Ultimate Assembly as IPSF representative to improve the inter-organization communication if elected. Together in cooperation with the President-elect, I work on developing guidelines for portfolios and on a public consultation project for policy making, which will bring the voice of the students to our statements. The same project will be used for making guidelines with input from our member organizations, bringing their opinions and experience for our global organization. Also, I will have the President-elect as main partner for the coming discussions, allowing to develop the subjects that we can improve the outcome for the IPSF team, member organizations, and students. For SET, which I perceive a program getting a legal business food federation, I want to work closely with the chairperson of the student exchange with input and revision. With input and revision of the student exchange officers on the strategic plan of the next 2 years of the regulations. For contact persons and exchange officers, I want to investigate and implement new opportunities for communication. As we don't have more time, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lucas Aquilino. I will be pleased to serve as IPSF President for 2016-2017. Thank you. Lucas. We will display Mr. Israel Witness nomination form, 30 seconds per slide. Can you see it? So 30 seconds per slide starting now. And that was the nomination for Mr. Israel Winkler, who I welcome now on stage for his 3-minute speech.
Thank you. It is an honor for me to present you my bid for presidency. It is unfortunate that some of us in the executive committee do so well but fail to effectively hand it over or even attract interest in our position, hence hindering the growth by the portfolio turning always in a vicious cycle. I would like to reiterate my experience in the position, experiencing what it takes to keep an executive together, which will make me have a smooth handover and continuity of work instead of a whole new process of learning how to do things. I very much understand the introduction of the President-elect and the need to work in conjunction for effectiveness, in continuity and capacity building, since I personally worked on developing the definition of this position. I want to consolidate the policy committee by improving and optimizing collection of information, involve different regions and portfolios, as well as improve how we disseminate our policy statements. I would like to build on the potential we have with the UN that we discovered this year. We need to acquire the UN special consultative status given to NGOs and be able to leverage it and integrate it in our advocacy and campaign strategies. This status gives us access to the UN, not only in New York, but elsewhere on the globe. Event participation, attend the annual IPSF, which is the Economic and Social Council of the UN, in debate, panels, meeting with government officials and other potential partners. Not only this will give us access to IPSF, but it also its subsidiary bodies and special events organized by the President of the UN General Assembly. I want to be able to utilize our grant coordinator and treasurer on the local non-profit status that the organization will be appearing in the near future to lay a foundation on how this should increase partnerships and establish grant strategies for a self-sustaining development fund and more sponsoring of our initiatives as a federation. I want to assure that the plan that I will work on is implemented with an effectiveness based on a solid foundation and the federation made of guidelines and clear operating procedures that we have been working on this year. Again, I would like to amplify our action by focusing on the federation's marketing and branding to the outside world. We have great stories worth sharing, but we never share them. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I will ask both candidates to come next to the microphone. We will have now the 8 minutes for questions. And we will start with Mr. Lucas, followed by Mr. Israel, and then we will change the order of the answers for every question. Please keep in mind that the question has to be directed to both candidates. Okay? So I will open the floor for discussion, and we have IPSF Croatia followed by IPF Croatia.
I would like to know how you would divide the work between president and president-elect.
Mr. Lucas.
Thank you for your question. The president-elect, from my vision and what was approved this year, is mainly on 3 points. So first, representing the president or acting as for the president when absent or when needed. Therefore, the president-elect needs to be closely working with the president-elect and president on similar portfolio so it can be done properly. Second point is more about acting on what he is appointed to do, so sharing the activities during the year, during the mandate, so both can work on developing this. And the third point is about learning. So the president-elect, you be for 1 year with the president, learning about the position and developing it. Therefore, I believe that with my experience in IPSF and with the close work with the president-elect, we can have a good cooperation and develop both portfolios.
Mr. Israel, yes.
Thank you. According to the definitions that you accepted and voted in yesterday on the president-elect position, this is a position that is supposed to chair ad hoc committees for special tasks that the Federation wants to carry forward, where different portfolios have to come together. The second is on partnerships. We have many partnerships and partners who have failed to engage with IPSF because we have a 1-year term and it fails to be continuing. So the president-elect is a great asset for the position so that they can engage in such partnership where negotiation can go beyond 1 term, and in that fact they will be president while they can finalize those kind of partnerships and further. Otherwise, the president-elect is also there to learn and collaborate with the president in the first in order to be more effective and the federation to be more effective in what we do on a day-to-day basis. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have upper Portugal followed by Assemby.
In the past years, the president didn't have time to availability that they want to be president. Can you tell me what is your availability to the next mandate?
Okay, so we have Israel and then Lucas.
Thank you so much. I just graduated from university. In our country, we don't do internships, so I'm directly going into a job which is a part-time job. So I will have the 40 hours required for president. I also have availability to travel and flexibility to do to plan my year however I want for the next 2 years. So this is a great thing for the position and I believe will benefit the federation. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. If I'm elected, I will move to the Netherlands to stay in the office during the time of my visa. If I can extend, based on what I've seen on the website, is it even possible to extend the 3 months visa that I can have for a longer time since we are a non-governmental organization? However, this is still a point to be checked there. However, for these 3 first months, I would be fully able to stay in the Netherlands in the office from where I would work for IPSF and be available for travels and for the meetings and to be very close, especially with the Assemby.
Okay, both. We have a point of information from Mr. James White. I have been involved in the live stream that is now up fully. After Tunisia, followed by simplicity question.
Mariam, after Tunisia, I would like to ask both candidates. I would like to ask both candidates about the challenges that the president will be facing this year from their major challenge they will be facing from their experience as an explorer this year. Thank you.
So we'll have Mr. Lucas, followed by Mr. Israel.
Thank you for the question. As I said in my initial public speech, I believe that the main challenges for this year is first on the leadership. We are having years and years of discussions on this matter, and I believe that the Federation needs to finish it and have clear guidelines on this, and to know how we can have the best representation there. And it goes for the second challenge, which is guidelines. This year, I worked very hard on guidelines, and I believe that this can be done with a systematic approach to this matter. And for me, the third biggest challenge is on the memorandum of understanding between EPSA and IPSF. Now we are getting close to the moment that we need to review it. And as an important partnership that we hold with EPSA, and problems that we had, difficulties that we had in the past years, I believe that this is something that the president-elect, and the chairperson of the European Regional Office need to work together so we can have better communication, no duplication of work, and a better collaboration between both organizations. Thank you.
The executive committee is made up of members who are very passionate and who want to serve the federation. However, being members from 4 corners of the world, they face challenges when it comes to culture and communication among them. This is one of the challenges where we don't know how people understand each other, how people get to know each other. It's usually hard at the beginning of the mandate. However, it's something that I believe I can be able to do to bring a team together and be able to put us together to work towards the federation's goal and achievement. Thank you.
Thank you both. We have CPS Croatia followed by Shisa Slovenia.
Being president requires excellent leadership skills. So I'm interested in which strategic for motivation of the team would you apply in your presentation?
Please repeat the question. So we have Mr. Israel followed by Mr. Lucas.
Thank you, Eduardo, for clarifying. I have been involved in different leadership positions in the past. I have been involved in various leadership positions in the past, as I mentioned, very few of them on my nomination form. I believe I will apply these skills here in this position. Once more, I have been involved with other global organizations to the same height as IPSF. I mentioned the World Economic Forum, the Universities Allied for Essential Medicines, the Open Call Community. It's just a few of them. And all those gave me leadership skills and capacities to be able to manage an executive committee and a federation as large as IPSF. And additionally to that, my personality is to continuously learn, to approach and discuss with people. I'm the kind to have a team which is inclusive, where I don't give orders, but promote dialogue within a team in order to work together and bring the team together to do the task together. So I continuously learn, I continuously apply new leadership skills, and this is something I will promote through the executive committee through the year to come, so that we keep improving and keep learning and keep, for people who are in the leaders in training program, I thought that again, where we say how fascinating, like we don't look at the bad side of other people, but look at the fascinating side of each of us in the executive team, and it's something that we put forward so that we keep our positive attitude and our passion to achieve the goals we set as we start this federation. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. As I said in my speech, I believe that the main point of leadership for the president position is about communication. We need to get all the executive committee together and have a very clear communication so everybody knows what is happening with each other. And communication is not only about work done or work to be done, but on the positive approach to this and have everybody together feeling that they are part of a team and that we are all working for the same goal. In my past experience here in IPSF, I had not only this leadership position, but I always had leadership position for power as chairperson of the American Regional Office, and I had subcommittees with the regional working group. Moreover, I always think that having the close contact on the regional level and the global level helping me to develop these leadership skills, which will be very important. The key for the best leadership and proper communication within the federation, so we all can go for the same goal. Thank you.
Okay, thank you both. So time is up, and we have the following list of speakers: Što se tiče Slovenije, Capsicana, CPSA, Croatia, BNFF, UI, Indonesia, NAPS, Australia, IPSF, Egypt, and APF Portugal. Pantanal also to the list. So I would like to know CPSA Zimbabwe. Okay. So I think we can do this using emotion cards. Yeah. Okay. So would you like to extend more than 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes? Green for more and red for less. Okay, I see more green cards, so let's say 15 minutes extension. Can I have green emotion cards? If you want more time, just raise your red card. So green for 15 minutes, red for more than 15. Okay, I see more green emotion cards, so I will extend the time for questions for 15 minutes. Okay, so technical from Nigeria.
I would say thanks to the sorry, can you repeat the mentioned decision?
Not necessarily. We can do it like this as well. But if you prefer, someone can propose. Okay. Technical from James, and then technical from Apple.
Just a quick request from me. As we can say this, we have a lot of people willing to speak. If you want to speak, please raise your hand and keep right until I can until I can let you know if you don't speak.
Technical from Apple Portugal.
And you have on this class, right?
We have one. Okay. So now I have Shisa followed by Capsicum.
So yeah, this year there are some committees that were not active or have only a couple of members doing the work. How would I do that from the first? So this year there were some committees that were not active or had only a couple of members doing all the work. How would you tackle that problem in the first next year?
Okay, so Lucas first and then Israel.
Thank you for your question. On inactive committee members, I believe that at the very beginning of the mandate, we need to set which are the conditions that for reopening the positions. We cannot hold inactive members for the entire mandate, which can burn out those who are active. Therefore, making this very clear and extensively telling this to all the committee members and for the IPSF team, and enforcing it, I believe that we can have a better approach on this matter. Of course, it's important to consider every situation. We cannot just enforce it and go over it. We need to listen to those, to the committees. So, and if we cannot listen to them and they are fully inactive, I believe that it's a good approach to reopen so we can have more workforce to develop the population.
Thank you so much. As Vice President and member of the Secretariat, I was involved in human resources and tried to guide and help different committee members with their challenges and inactivity within the Federation and try to follow up on it. I believe it's something we need to do and keep doing in the future committee, especially that we need to understand the cause and why inactive. If it's lack of passion, if it's bad collaboration within the team, and build on that try to come up with solutions. However, this year within the Secretariat, we try to promote an active redistribution of tasks within the team, because if you have to remove someone from a position and put someone else, then it's another month or 3 months to let the position and the mandate is done. However, this year we try to promote a reallocation of tasks within IPSF team, but executive committee will approve the report, so we are really active and trying to work hard. However, with my experience on trying to be human resource to executives, I believe you can re-motivate people and reignite the passion that they have for the Federation as you try to help them with their personal challenges they face along the year of their mandate and term. Thank you.
So now I have Capsa Canada followed by CPS Croatia.
Sandra, thank you both for your speeches and contributions. Both of you have been involved with IPSF for many years. What is one experience within the Federation that sets you apart from your others?
Okay, so Israel first and then Lucas.
As I said in my speech, and it's right in my nomination form, this past year as Vice President, I have been involved in restructuring the positions, the President, the Vice President to move to President-elect. And having been involved actively in that, coming up with definitions, trying to talk with others to see what's the best way we can utilize this position for the president when they become president the following year. That's something that sets me apart from my counterparts. Another thing is the strategic plan of IPSF. We have been brainstorming on the strategic plan. However, I'm more involved and more actively involved with the president on working on it and finalizing how it will work. The strategic plan follows the goals and values that are in our Article 5 of the Constitution, specifically Article 5.4, where we have specific objectives of the organization, and building from those activities that we want to develop. So, having worked on those two, especially the president position, which is very crucial going forward as something new in the addition of the executive committee. The second thing, the strategic plan 2016-2019 that we have to start with the term of our mandate if we elected is also crucial that set me apart, since I won't have to relearn or go or read why they were motivated to increase this. Is more working on those two questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question. I believe there are two main points of my experience in IPSF that set me apart. First is on public consultation. This special year, I try to make my work always open for people to give inputs, and I think this is a key thing for the entire federation. We cannot just make a word and send to you. You need to listen to your voice and get the experience back from your organizations. We have now, with the approvals of its memberships, this year we have over 100 organizations, and your voice is important for our federation. In public consultation, it's something that I did, and it's something that I want to enforce because I believe that it's very important. And my experience is about this point. Second one is about the official document. I believe that especially for the last year, I had, when I was working for media, I had an important development in my understanding of official documents. Many of the propositions was changing in this official document of this year, or ideas for myself, or working, I was actively working with inputs, or I at least was working or discussing on the level of official documents. And for this, I believe that this is very important for the president to be very strictly close and following the official documents, the document that this entire federation is working for so many years. Therefore, if you have a good strategic plan on public consultation and we observe and develop the official documents, I believe that these 2 points are good for the president and other experiences that I have. Thank you.
I have CPSA Croatia, followed by BMFFUR in the region. Can you please, BMFFUR, raise your hands?
Okay, I'm CPSA Croatia. Coming from European Regional Office, I'm aware of the challenges that come in front of us when we talk about our partnership with IPSF. I believe that you are also fully aware of those challenges, and I want to know, what do you think the weak spots of our memorandum of understanding are, and where do you see particular space for improvement of that memorandum?
Lucas, and then Israel.
Thank you for your question. I believe that the main point about the memorandum of understanding today is to develop how we should collaborate. In the past, both organizations, I was part of the past discussion on the memorandum of understanding, and I feel that in the past, in the last 3-4 years ago, we had a discussion about duplicity of work and how both organizations should not have any kind of conflict. But today, I believe that we need first improved communication, so forms of communication. And second, forms of collaboration, so both organizations can work together. I have really wanted more than once the IPSF to see, to understand a little how both organizations work, and we are very similar organizations. We should not have look for problems, we should look for collaborations. And I believe that this is a key thing on the development with IPSF, our relations with IPSF. Moreover, as if I'm elected president, I will go for IPSF on Assemby, which is the next event from them, so I can be there more close to them and try to read the church. So I individual office, so we all can work and develop these weak points of our actual situation. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I believe the weak point is the limitation that we place on each other's partners at IPSF. We are two organizations representing same students from same countries, and if one puts limitation to access the other will access them through the other organizations. And I feel like this is something which puts so much discordance and many disagreements with that. However, this year, for example, we tried with FIP obliging us to share our internship both with website IPSF, and we realized that it's easier, and it's easier if we can collaborate instead of limiting how we access different partners. And my idea would be to try to find the best way we could, instead of limiting access to our different partners, to try to collaborate on how the best way we can utilize those partners for each of our federations, so that each of us benefit from them, whether equally or which one needs them more than the other. But we leverage on that instead of limiting ourselves, but leverage on the fact that we have partners that can benefit students, pharmacists who are members of both organizations. And the best way to do this is probably increase and discuss more on how we can leverage those partnerships for the best of both federations instead of putting limitations which harm both of our federations. Thank you so much.
We are very much so thank you for the presentation that you have delivered. I have one question for both of you. As we see that you guys, both of you have several goals that you want to achieve. So my question would be, what is your current big picture of key performance indicator on your 3 top goals towards an improved IPSF? Thank you.
Is there a follow-up, please? In my speech, I talked about key performance indicators for each of the points that I mentioned. For example, I talked about when it comes to policy committee, we need to consolidate or how we do consultations when we are developing policy statements and how we disseminate them to our members and our partners. I talked about achieving the consultative status at IPSF and the UN. I talked about how we need to achieve to be able to attend those events and different debates. So achieving the consultative status is something about increasing our partnerships with WHO. It's not something that I would like to take a single decision on, but I want to collaborate with the next chairperson of public health for us to wait. It's really important for the Federation. However, there is a need to really increase that. And then it's achievement of our strategic plan 2016-2019. I believe if today we were to evaluate our strategic plan for 3 years past, the General Assembly would then approve it because the following executive committee were going against the strategic plan, not even consulting to starting their terms. So achieving what we set in the strategic plan, what we present as a strategic plan, at the end of 3 years, we come with a report. The executive committee come with a report saying in the first year they achieved this, in the second year we kept up and did this, in the third year we kept up and did this, and we built something. This is an indicator that what we plan to do is achievable and measurable. It makes sense, which is more relevant to the federation. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. This year, I had an important development in my experience in key performance indicators. I see key performance indicators as objective and hard data on how we are performing our work. Therefore, we need to set first key performance indicators for the overall work of the federation, which can be done about activity. As the participants' opinion, we have always this problem with inactive members, so we need to find the best key performance indicators to see objectively how they are developing their work during the year, and to set objectively if they are active or not, so we can go for this method. Moreover, and then, but this is something about to discuss with the IPSF team, which objective point we want. However, when we go for the specific portfolios, we can also create key performance indicators for each specific portfolio so we can follow the work. And this can be discussed with every specific trade person. With this information, with this hard data together, we can evaluate how our work is developing and really see this day by day, month by month, or in the end of the Monday, see if we had a development or not for the federation. So I see that the key performance indicators need to be discussed at the IPSF team and specific portfolio, set which one are them, how we are going to observe each one, and then we use this information for today, to develop the work for today, and to develop the work for the future in the strategic plan.
Thank you. Now we have IPSF Egypt followed by IPF Portugal.
Mustafa, IPSF Egypt. If you have only 3 points to achieve in your mandate, only 3 points, what are going to be the most important points that you want to achieve? And one more thing, because
One question. One question.
that's it.
Thank you. Technical for Caps of Canada.
And a procedure motion of the question not required for technical.
Okay, so it is not that we don't really have another way of showing it, so we will consider your procedural motion. Can I have a seconder for this? Okay, now it's Australia. So this is not debatable, and we will vote. All those against the procedural motion that the question from IPSF Egypt not be put, please raise your voting cards up high. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay, next is IPF Portugal, just a small consideration and an apology because we didn't see you had 2 hands up high and we added you on the list after, so choose wisely your. Actually, we have a problem because the time for discussion just ended. So I will read again the list of speakers. We have IPF Portugal, PANS Nigeria, CPSA Zimbabwe, TAPSA Tanzania, IPF Portugal, IF Argentina, and IPSF Egypt. So I would like the GA to show motion cards on whether you would like to continue the discussion or not. Green if yes, red if no. Can I please have everyone raise their motion cards? Okay, so I see mainly green, so we will continue.
About Portugal, in this vision, we think that IPSF has more visibility, more credibility, and more.
We still have to decide how much time. Okay. So, same as before. If you think you need more than 10 minutes, raise the green card, less than 10 minutes, the red card. Okay, I see more red than green. So, would it be okay? 10 minutes, green if yes, red if you would like less time. Okay, I see a lot of green, so we will go for an additional 10 minutes of question time. Okay, IPF Portugal.
Thank you. All IPF Portugal, in IPF's vision, IPSF needs more visibility, credibility, and professionalism. Do you agree on this? And if so, what are your plans so you can develop these aspects on IPSF?
you repeat the question until you hear it?
I don't hear anything. Nope.
Okay, so technical from Banks Nigeria.
I would say Banks Nigeria, the interest of better affordability, because that we use the other one.
So the question was, in IPSF's vision, IPSF lacks visibility, credibility, and professionalism, and they ask if the candidates agree with it and what are their plans to overcome these technical from IPSF culture.
Not lacks, needs more.
Okay. Okay, so we have Lucas and then Israel.
Thank you for your question. I fully agree with these objectives and values that you proposed. And to develop this, we need to think that we need to develop two areas. First, with our own member organizations, because if they think that we are professional, that we have credibility, well, it's already a very big problem. And the second one is our partners and sponsors, because this will affect the future of the federation. Therefore, for this, the very first thing is the thing that I put in my speech, communication. So if people see me communicating and see that we are giving information and having this very good communication, this is already about professionalism. Moreover, we need to focus on developing high standards for our work, for the entire federation and for our partners. And this, for this, we need a strategic plan and to set a very clear objective what we want to reach for this. And I believe that having public consultation, improving the communication,
Are you hearing the sound?
all the team together for developing this,
Sorry?
I believe that we can develop
Okay.
all these areas and take consideration.
The last part of my speech said about marketing and branding of the federation. I say that we have great stories worth sharing, but we never share them. I believe as a federation, we are always enclosed in a certain bubble that is IPSF, and we never go out and express what we say. It is always a shame when our delegates go to the UN or WHO and half of the people you meet there don't know IPSF. They don't know that we represent 350,000 students from all over the world. They don't know that we represent 80 countries. I mean, it's always a shame when we go to such events and we don't have a representation on panels or discussions. It's always a shame when there's no one from IPSF to represent the relevant question and give a positive input from such a strong federation. So I believe the thing we should work on is our capacities and capabilities of representing ourselves in the global health area. That's why I said we need to be able to achieve the status at the UN so that we are there for events. This year we had a chance, a very high opportunity. Our chairperson of external relations chaired a panel that exposed IPSF very greatly, and she had strong skills on that. And that's why I say you've seen me practicing this here. I can discussions, and that's something I will touch on so that people get to know what is IPSF, what we have to bring to the world, and through the UN, through that nature and other organizations, that's something we should do. Another thing on marketing and branding is our website. We are trying to work on a website that can be very effective, that can people find to the world and others. That's something we need to work on very much, especially when we do our presentation to high-level meetings such as the UN episode, the UN General Assembly, the World Health Assembly, UNESCO conferences, and others. Thank you so much.
Thank you both for your answers. We have Banks Nigeria, followed by IPSF Zimbabwe.
I represent Banks Nigeria. Leadership in IPSF, just like every other international organization, it's mostly influenced by the effectiveness of mentorship how you're able to mentor your successor. So, to those candidates, I would like to know from your experience at IPSF and other organizations, how have you been able to mentor a successor, or have you actually mentored?
So yeah, it's very well.
I am a mentor. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's mentor people. As I said, when I was president of PSA, it was a crop organization, but I've been able to mentor people who can sustain the organization. That's why they have won 2 successive best member organizations within the African Regional Office. They are nominated for the best member organization within IPSF. They are bidding to host the World Congress. It's an organization that is growing. As chairperson of the African Regional Office, I have mentored people who have been working together, and they are rising in positions, and they keep working higher and doing great stuff. So mentor, and everywhere I go, I'm very much cognizant for that in my country, and people know that it's what I do, and what I'm good at. I try to mentor young people and inspire them to be great leaders and take up responsibilities and go for the change they need for, know what they stand for, and apply their passion to it and go for it.
For leadership, it's for leadership. Mentorship is a key thing, and I fully align with this idea of having strong leadership from the executive committee side and, of course, from the member organization side. But specifically on my portfolio, my portfolio itself, we've been working very closely with the president-elect, weekly discussions itself, so we both can develop this and they can mentor with my experience. For my mentorship level of experience, my own experience, first I would say for Brazil, we had done Pan-American Regions, but we restarted Pan-American Regions was 6 years without parts, and now we are having this every year since then. Now the next year will be Canada. Moreover, this year I tried to do this area of mentorship straight with the contact persons. So I was not doing this integration, I was reaching them, talking to them, trying to show, to develop them with my mentorship skills. I believe that my past experience and my intent for this year, we can use the best of mentorship skill for myself and give for this generation.
So we have ZPSA Zimbabwe followed by Pakistan Tanzania.
I'm Alicia, ZPSA Zimbabwe. My question, we as the PSA believe that alumni have to provide both institutional and financial support. So what are your plans on making sure that IPSF has a functional and very effective alumni?
So the cooks and then
this year, as Chair of Secretary Relations, I work exactly on this part of developing the alumni. Last year in India, we included the alumni affiliation in the official documents. However, we had still to discuss how they would work and how they would operate in this federation. And this was discussed, it was shared with the contact persons in the contact person group. So we could all together, as a public consultation level, develop the alumni. And now, for the future, if elected, I want to work closely with the next chairperson of internal relations on this matter, so we can first get more alumni apply for being alumni of the federation. Because today it's a small number, so this would go about promotion and about motivating them to join us. And then having a good number of alumni that can attend our events, that can give their input, and they can be closely working with us. We can have the federation with a good source of alumni, of donation, on potential sponsorships and partnerships, and we can reach more within the federation. I believe that alumni is a key to in development of the alumni coordinator, the affiliation coordinator also support this matter, and that we tend to work together with the Charter of Relation in this matter.
I would like to acknowledge the work of the Chairperson of Internal Relations in matters of working how we could improve our relations with our alumni. And it's something that we have been seeking for so long that now we can achieve it. Alumni can help us in many ways that we believe we are not tapping into appropriately, especially when it comes to providing opportunities to others for internships, for working in others, and sponsorship. Sorry for that. For example, in the African Regional Office, we have had alumni paying membership fee for students paying attendance fee, so they provide a great support to the development fund and help us achieve our goals as a federation and putting a strong help to the federation to achieve our goals and act as an advisory go-to people when we want to go for more and learn about history and try to achieve a lot more in the future. It's definitely something we would love to tap into more in developing. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you both. So the 10 minutes are up and we have the following list. Tanzania, Portugal, Argentina, IPSF, Egypt. I would like you to express with your emotion cards if you already feel comfortable to proceed to this discussion or not. So green if you feel comfortable to proceed to this discussion, red if you don't. Okay, so I'm not too comfortable with the emotion cards situation, so does anyone want to propose a procedural motion to close the floor for discussion? I have SOP Denmark, seconded by APA Portugal. I open the floor for discussion on this procedural motion. As I see no comments, apologies. So everyone against closing the floor for discussion, please raise your voting cards. All those for closing the floor for discussion, please raise your voting cards. Can I have everyone voting, please, and be sure to raise your voting cards up. We have 44 votes for and 3 against, so the motion was carried, and we will proceed to close the discussion. I remind the GA that we have 15 minutes for closed discussion, and that you should close your laptops, refrain from using your cell phones. We need to close all the doors in the room. And please turn off the live stream.